Hello, Aston Villa fans. Good morning and welcome to Villa AM here on For the Love of Paul McGrath podcast. And some of you will be delighted to know that we're returning to the original format of Villa AM tonight. And there will be no mathematics for you to crunch over your crunching of cornflakes or to devour your mind over that cup of coffee that's supposed to be kick-starting your mind here, as we are going to give you the Aston Villa news in 8 minutes or less. And I can absolutely guarantee you it will be less than 8 minutes today, because a lot of the news yesterday circled around one or two specific things. But let's get started anyway. And firstly, Leon Bailey has completed his loan transfer to Roma with an option to buy for around £22 million. And he posted a farewell message to Aston Villa fans on Instagram, thanking them for their support. However, unfortunately for Mr. Bailey, he did suffer an injury in his first training session with Roma, and he could miss up to 3 weeks of the season. So not an ideal start for Leon Bailey in the Eternal City as well. Aston Villa have also reached an agreement in principle with Girona for the transfer of Alex Moreno, with a medical schedule for tomorrow. Jacob Tanswell is reporting that there will be no transfer fee involved in this, but Villa will hold 40% of the player's rights should he be sold on in the future. So, i.e., a 40% trade clause in the future. Not a huge deal. I think that 40% sell-on clause, given that he's 32 years of age, I don't expect him to be sold, and if he is, it won't be for that much. So Villa will most likely take an overall hit on Alex Moreno of about 1.8 million, but the big thing here is they will save on his wages towards SCR and towards the Premier League FFP rules this year. So the amortization of his contract then will happen towards the end of the year. So there is a bit of financial jiggery pokery to be done there on that one. But yes, not ideal. And last night we said that he would be potentially sold for about 2 million to cover that cost, but that was not the case. And it looks like Villa will make a small loss on him. However, that will still be a positive, apparently, from an SCR point of view. So no maths today. I do promise that. I really, really do. Aston Villa again. It's more and more places are reporting as well that Aston Villa are exploring the viability of signing Chelsea forward Nicholas Jackson as part of their attacking options. But the asking price needs to be lower than 60 million due to financial restrictions. Also, a lot of places are reporting that the deal for Nicholas Jackson could be an obligation to buy, loan with an obligation to buy. We know that Nicholas Jackson adores the ground that Unai Emery walks on. We know that he holds him in such high regard. So this is probably one, because this is one that will rumble on, because Chelsea do need to sell prior to the end of the transfer window to be compliant with Champions League laws. So there is a potential that if Chelsea do not sell X amount of players, that they may not be able to register some of the players they've just bought for Champions League football. Now, will that bother Chelsea? Who knows? So this is one I'm not expecting to get done today, tomorrow, or yesterday. It's something that probably will rumble on towards the end of the transfer window. And something that we will probably continue to hear about, if it is going to be true, for the next 11 days. Other news as well that came out today from a transfer point of view was that Nottingham Forest are eyeing up a deal to bring back Matty Cash back to the club. He's been discussed as an option at right back. Although Villa are reluctant to sell, they are interested in maybe giving him a new contract. Matty Cash, as we know, is somebody who is, I suppose, divisive amongst Villa fans. Some Villa fans like him, some Villa fans don't like him. Interesting to see what happens in that one. It is a position that we are probably threadbare in at the moment. Right back, selling him, we would need to have a right back lined up. I don't think there's much legs in this one, just currently. But once again, this has been a weird and wonderful transfer window. All you got to do is look at Spurs almost ready to ink a contract for Ebrechieze, and then all of a sudden he ends up probably tomorrow signing for Arsenal. So it's been that type of a transfer window. So never say never. In other news as well, and news that does affect yours truly, Aston Villa's October Premier League fixtures against Burnley, Spurs and Manchester City have all been rescheduled to Sunday at 2 p.m. kickoffs and will be broadcast live on Sky Sports. Obviously, they're games that are coming on the heels of a European football. I did hold out hope that potentially we will be playing on the Monday for the Burnley game, as I am in the UK to watch the NFL on the Sunday. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take the two of them in at the same time, so do have to play a little bit of a juggling game for that one. But look, first world problems. I won't give out too much. And lastly, again, it was once again confirmed that a key meeting is planned regarding updates to the expansion of Villa Park. The Villa Park plans are available on the e-planning website as well. And they've been widely shared amongst Twitter. They do look very good. One of the big things is that Aston Villa are looking to increase the capacity of the stadium up to 50,000, which will be roughly an 8,000 seat increase. What would that mean from a financial point of view, I suppose, really? Well, when we look at an 8,000 seat capacity increase, you're looking at, if you were to take a modest revenue increase based on that of 9% from the 52 million revenue that we took in from Matchday previously, you'd be looking at a 4.68 million increase in match day revenue, and that's not taking into account anything to do with Europe or Champions League football as well. So roughly it will be an increase of 1.7% revenue, which we think which we all need. Obviously that's big money when it comes to the end of the year from an SCR point of view. So very much so something that we're waiting to see if the green light is given by Birmingham Council, and it does seem that is the way. It's one of the big ways that Aston Villa will look to increase revenue, match day spending with general admission and general admission plus as well, bringing people into the stadium and getting more eyes on this wonderful football team that we all support. So that's going to do it for us today. I've come in under the 8 minutes for the first time in a long time. Thank you so much. We will be back again on Friday. We'll be back again tomorrow with more Villa AM and any news that does break. And then on Friday, I'll be joined by the wonderful Jay White to talk through Aston Villa versus Brentford. So if you are new, please like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And also, please look into the comments notes here as well and help us out and help support our partners. NordVPN link as well is in there, along with a link for football prizes where you could win a multitude of wonderful prizes, including signed stuff. It's all in the bio below. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching and for listening. Stay safe, stay healthy, and all that's left to say is up.